badu besango ba bende musango ba simaso wa undutu to ipontebu ulu. That is an extract of hymn 196 of the Douala Church hymnary. And that song in particular talks about how those who love walking are very peaceful people and how they spend sleepless nights to construct their country or their societies. And the Olembe Sports Complex with a football pitch of 60,000 people is just a perfect illustration of that Douala Church hymnary. And we are here at the Olembe Complex, one of the sporting jewels provided to the Cameroonian people by President Paul Biya and his administration. And this is where the inspection mission ordered by President Paul Biya to check the health of Cameroon's infrastructure to host the next Africa Cup of Nations has ended. That delegation was headed by the Minister of State, Secretary General of the Presidency of the Republic, Ferdinand Ngongo, just right in front of me, accompanied there by national and international football stars, plus football administrators and others you can imagine. Today, on this program, we take you down the memory lane from where the journey started, how it unfolded, the lodging, the sporting, the hospitality, the warmness of the Cameroonian people, from Limbe and Boya in the southwest region of the country to Barfusam, Bafang, Kwekong in the west region of Cameroon, to Douala, Bepanda, Japuma in the littoral region, to Galwa in the north, and of course, here in Yaoundé, Amadou Ahidjo Stadium, and here at the Olembe Sports Complex. Follow me to discover what the world, and Cameroonians in particular, need to know just how ready this country is for the next Africa Football Jamboree. October 16 is Saturday this year. We are at one of the 12 runways of the Douala International Airport, which receives some 1.5 million passengers yearly.
Then I don't think you'll ever run away, even when your world has...
And this is where the fact-finding mission dispatched by the President of the Republic, Paul Biya, to check the health of the infrastructure to play host to the forthcoming Africa Cup of Nations starts.
But it is a real possession in the changing fortune of time.
The multi-professions Unity Palace coined team is headed by the Minister of State, Secretary General of the Presidency of the Republic, Ferdinand Ngongo, here.
If only you knew how great you are, every time you try so hard to be, maybe a great pillar of your country, or to be the change maker of the world, then I don't think you'll ever run away, even when your world has broken.
An exchange of civilities with littoral regional authorities is enough for this task force to inspect first the Douala International Airport, whose renovation work cost the state some 15 billion CFA francs some 6 years ago, and under the operational command of the Cameroon Civil Aviation Authority.
Come here all the time, so I think important things have been done. I will not complain. It's compared to what I saw years ago, back in the day. So we are improving, and it's an important step because, as you know, the airport is a main platform for people to come and go. So yeah, it's good. It's good thing.
So wonderful. I have to say, congratulations for the government of Cameroon and for the people. You know, since I'm here, people they so lovely, and seeing an airport like this, like when we're talking about African Nation Cup or World Cup, people thinking about every time about the stadium on the pitch, but the most important things is about like the airport and like the road. And what I see right now, I can say this African Nation Cup is going to be one of the best of the African Nation Cup.
Amazed by the modernization work here, the Ferdinand Ngo inspection team of Lords travels by bus throughout the city of Douala, the economic hub of Cameroon, to pause at the lodging facilities here.
First of all, let me thank the President of the Republic for this honor. And I think for us it is a real pleasure to be here and also visiting those infrastructure, which is magnificent. It is the same that we see in Europe. So we as a Cameroonian, we are proud and happy to have this kind of infrastructure.
At least 5 hotels are checked in Douala, amongst them Starla, Onomo, La Falaise, the Best Westin, and Crystal Hotel. Welcome to the Best Westin Hotel here in Douala. It is a hotel that will be host to one of the delegations to take part in the forthcoming African Cup of Nations, and it is an up to global standard hotel with 127 rooms. And this is just an example where some of the players, just like other delegation members, will be spending their nights.
I'm really glad to be one of the invitees invited by the President of the Republic, and I have traveled a lot as a player with Cameroon national team, and I've slept in so many hotels. But I bet you here in Douala we have seen nearly 90% of very excellent hotels. 90%. Let me say all the hotels that we have passed through is an excellent hotel that people will enjoy it when they come here.
Crystal Hotel, for example, counts some 127 rooms and is just one of the hospitality wonders in the Douala area to host delegations for the competition. Now we are at the Crystal Hotel here in the littoral region of the country. This is a hotel with 236 rooms with 2 presidential suites and junior suites. It is just part of the hotel management system, which is going to host delegations for the forthcoming African Cup of Nations in Cameroon. And this is one of the hotels visited by the delegation headed by the Minister of State, Secretary General of the Presidency of the Republic, Ferdinand Ngo, a fact-finding mission dispatched by the President of the Republic, Paul Biya, less than 90 days to the start of AFCON 2021 in Cameroon. The decor itself tells you the beauty of the arena and how enjoyable it is going to be for those who will be visiting.
If only you knew how great you are, every time you try so hard.
Accompanied by international football and national football stars, and here they are, at least 11, plus a set of national and international media professionals. The Minister of State, Secretary General of the Presidency of the Republic also stopped at 2 medical facilities in Douala, the La Quintini and the Ginigo Obstetric and Pediatric Hospital.
Very happy, and I hope today everything, the people before that, they are talking too much. They are not very sure for everything that are going. We see the stadium, see the people, how they are happy. No, I think today we are, what we can say again, everything we are happy.
All the visited health installations here are equipped with the latest modern medical tools to handle any eventuality during the competition, which starts next January 9.
know that there is a global pandemic named COVID, and we have put in place a procedure for every passenger who disembarks at Douala International for obligatory testing.
The last set of infrastructure evaluated in Douala were football fields, the very key structure to the organization of the second 24-nation format of the African Cup of Nations. Assisted by Sports and Physical Education Minister Narcisse Muele Kombi, the Minister for Special Duties at the Presidency of the Republic, Philip Mbargamboa, Unity Palace Chief of Staff, Ferdinand Ngongo, stopped at all the football training grounds in the likes of Mbapelepe and had time to exercise on the quality of the pitch to ensure the grass is of quality to meet the expectations of the Confederation of African Football, CAF. The last major infrastructure visited here was the 140 billion constructed Japoma Sports Complex with a 50,000 capacity stadium, viewed today as one of the top best stadia in the world.
I believe this is one of the wonderful infrastructure that President Paul Biya has given to us. I just want to plead to our population that thugs behind is not too good. They should come and see what is inside a Japoma. And we have been all over the world and we have played football probably all over the world. But Japoma is one of, let me say, the 10th in the world. So I'm pleading to people that they should come and watch the CAN 2021.
I want your opinion on something. Deep Akem, who used to play in the national football team, has qualified the Japoma Stadium, for example, which has a capacity of 50,000 spectators, as one of the first best 10 stadia in the world. Do you say yes?
Of course, of course. 10, c'est trop. Okay. Je dirais même aujourd'hui 5-6. Même Philippe Doucet, qui est un ami, qui est un spectateur averti, me disait vraiment, Samuel, vous avez eu raison de défendre Mordicus, vos installations et ce que vous avez au Cameroun. Et ceci nous rend fiers. Nous rend fiers parce qu'il y a eu beaucoup de difficultés, il y a eu vraiment beaucoup de difficultés, mais au final, aujourd'hui, nous sommes tous heureux. Et ce que mon père, Ndi Pakem, a pu dire, oui, 10 pour lui, mais moi, j'irais même jusqu'à 5-6 meilleurs stades dans le monde.
The first thing to say is Japoma is a fantastic stadium at the international level, at the big international level. So it's very surprising because I know, of course, a lot of stadiums in Africa, even some built in the last AFCON that were not so modern and not the facilities were not so good as it is in this one. I hope Olembe is the same, but I know Japoma, Cameroon is very proud of Japoma, and I understand why, because I knew it during the building, the construction. I came there, but I didn't imagine it could be at that level of. It's really at the level of a European stadium, really.
The last major international encounter played here was the match between Nigeria and the Central African Republic, a qualifier for the next World Cup in Qatar. And so this delegation walked around to really see the technical control rooms, the dressing rooms, the press conference room, and above all, the media center for commentaries.
Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. want to say thank you to our state for what they have done. I believe, I want to be very short, this is a diamond they are giving to us. A diamond was come to stay. Tomorrow, please, my greatest problem is the maintenance of this diamond.
A été fait par des Camerounais. Ça n'a pas été fait par des étrangers. C'est une jeune entreprise camerounaise qui a fait tout ceci. Toutes des facilités.
Volume. S'il vous plaît, s'il vous plaît. S'il vous plaît, redites-nous ça.
Hello, welcome, thank you very much on this special visit by the Minister of State, Secretary General of the Presidency of the Republic on this special visit to check the installation of AFCON 2021 infrastructure, and particularly the Japoma Sports Complex. It is the first time I am convinced that the Minister of State, Secretary General is here on an official mission. Et comme le Cameroun est bilingue, nous sommes très fiers d'avoir séjourné studio avec les gloires du football africain, Elhadji Diouf, Samuel Eto'o, Antoine Bell et un consultant. Bonjour tout le monde. RH, comment trouvez-vous cet endroit?
Magnifique, magnifique, rien à dire. Et je crois qu'aujourd'hui, ce qu'il faut retenir, c'est la jeunesse.
Volume.
La jeunesse. C'est sérieux. La jeunesse. Aujourd'hui, la balle est dans le camp de la jeunesse. Voilà. Et je crois qu'aujourd'hui, quand on a un gouvernement qui accompagne sa jeunesse, on ne peut plus rien dire. Tout ce qu'on leur demande, c'est de. Tout ce que j'espère, c'est que l'équipe du Cameroun aura beaucoup de victoires ici. Et c'est ça le plus important.
Permettez-moi d'avoir les impressions de Samuel Eto'o. Samuel, c'est magnifique, n'est-ce pas?
Écoutez, vous posez la question à un convaincu. J'ai eu l'immense honneur d'être ici, de visiter ce stade avant certains. Et là, je suis plutôt content de t'entendre dire toutes ces bonnes choses de nos installations. Je profiterai juste pour dire à nos frères qui n'ont pas le plaisir ou l'honneur que nous avons de visiter ces installations, ceux qui sont très loin du Cameroun. Chers frères, il faut qu'on soit fiers de ce qu'on a. Et ce que nous, footballeurs, nous avons souvent demandé à nos parents, à nos gouvernements, c'est d'avoir ces installations. Et mes aînés qui sont là ne diront pas le contraire, parce que moi, j'ai rêvé d'une seule chose. J'ai eu des très très belles victoires, nous avons eu des très belles victoires, c'était d'avoir cette belle victoire-là. Ça, c'est notre première victoire. Et je suis convaincu, même si mon frère Elhadji ne sera pas d'accord, que nos jeunes frères, les enfants pour certains, gagneront avec ces installations. C'est ce que nous leur souhaitons au soir, le 6. Bon, le 8, j'étais déjà. La fête, c'est le 6 février. Le 6 février. Voilà, le 6 février. Et félicitations.
Est-ce que ce studio intégré au stade est réservé à la CRTV? Ou est-ce que des gens qui travaillent pour des petites chaînes venues d'ailleurs pourraient accéder à ce studio?
Ça vous tout le monde. Je peux vous assurer.
C'est clair.
Je pense que le ministre des Sports.
Ce studio est dans le booking de la CAF et de la FIFA pour la compétition. Donc les médias vont se rapprocher de la FIFA et de la CAF pour le réserver pour la compétition. C'est le chef de l'État qui a doté ça à la CAF afin que...
Ça c'est un plus.
Et ça, c'est le village de Joseph Antoine Bell? Non.
C'est le village.
Merci encore.
Merci, et comme on va continuer la visite, je renvoie l'antenne en baladé et nous serons à Barfusam bientôt. Voilà. And it is with a dose of sour customs and traditions that the delegation left Douala, where Group E matches, including Côte d'Ivoire, will be played, and they headed to Barfusam for a similar exercise.
Let me say that we are very happy to receive this CAN organization in the West region, and we are very satisfied. We have this occasion to express our congratulations, our recognizing, our gratitude to the head of state, President Paul Biya, who have choose the West region for this organization.
Since yesterday, you see that we are very happy to welcome the delegation coming from Yaoundé. So we wait this moment a very, very long time. So we are very happy to welcome the the African football competition here in Oba Plateau.
They arrived Barfusam on Sunday, October 17, the Day of the Lord, welcomed by the established hospitality of the people of the West region.
We will do our best to make that this CAN organization must be a very successful thing in our region, and I hope that you see it already. You have already seen how our population have already taken the dimension of the event. And then let me say one more thank you for and welcome for all people who will come to our region.
Just like in Douala, the first element to check, especially its sanitary conditions, was the Barfusam Bamungum Airport. Explanations to key questions are provided by the Director General of the Cameroon Civil Aviation Authority.
That is why you see we have come out with our children to welcome Papa Eto'o, because we know that he is the brain box in Cameroon behind this football.
The West Regional Governor, Awa Fanka Augustine, was the local guide as the president of the West Local Organizing Committee for the next Africa Cup of Nations, and he took the delegation first to Bafang late Sunday to evaluate the 3,000 capacity training ground here for teams like Zimbabwe and Senegal.
Well, I think it's amazing to be able to have such a good infrastructures. It's really amazing, and I think it's a plus for our region. And we're looking forward to having the teams coming here in the West region, and we're looking forward to the beginning of the competition.
This is just one of the 5 football training pitches here in the West. The others are the Fosso Victor 1 in Banjul, plus this one at the Tajidor Hotel Complex in Bangu.
This field here in Kwekon, none of us have played in this field, but you cannot imagine. Just look at how the field is flat with grass on. I think some of us here played in Barfusam, and we played in a muddy field. But today, with all the stadium that we have traveled, this is the 3rd seat we are coming. I think it's a marvelous thing for me to say thank you to Cameroonians, not only for the President of the Republic, but to all of Cameroonians, because we have joined our heads to make stadiums in this country. One thing again, we need one stadium in Kumba, because Kumba was the 3rd city in Cameroon with the highest gate taking. So we need a stadium in Kumba.
We're going to do a fan club during the competition, and also we know we are hosting people from the organization, So we're going to get our gears up so that the competition will be pretty for everybody. Everybody should enjoy it.
At times, the Minister of State, Secretary General of the Presidency, head of the presidential mission, had to trek long distances at some point in the night to risk the necessity, like here in Bana, to check hotels. One of the 5 hotels visited here is this complex, the Tajido, a complete jewel constructed in the forest as part of a private investment to accompany the state to organize properly Total Energy Africa Cup of Nations 2021. We are in Bangu here in the west region of Cameroon. And just behind me is the Minister of State, Secretary General of the Presidency of the Republic. He's inspecting infrastructure, particularly Tajito, to hold some of the delegations to take part in the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations. About 46 rooms are found here, including suites. And as you can see, the delegation headed by the Minister of State, Secretary General of the Presidency of the Republic is visiting the area to ensure that all is ready before Cameroon welcomes the whole Africa next year. Always consulting his technical advisors, the mission head had a feel of the place, incorporated with a football pitch, functional even at night.
And I don't think you'll ever run away, even when your world has broken down.
And from here, we journeyed by bus to the 20,000 capacity Barfusam Stadium in Kwekong, some 15 kilometers from the regional capital, to examine first the turf and secondly the inner bowl of the edifice. Two medical units were examined too, the Barfusam Regional Hospital and this ultra-modern, completely equipped Barfusam Referral Hospital.
We are just from the General Hospital, which is very equipped and with materials that we have been traveling a lot to some of African countries. We have not seen those type of infrastructure materials that are there. That is the first thing.
The beauty of the inspection team to the southwest was first established from the Mungo Bridge, the main entry point to the region by road, from the littoral, as a jubilant crowd of Cameroonians assembled to welcome a delegation by a peace-loving people, impatiently waiting the next African Cup of Nations.
FACO 4 section of the CPDM is here to give a welcome to the Secretary General at the Presidency of the Republic. So I hear Total, the WCPDM, the YCPDM, section presidents are all here, and we have done total mobilization for this visit.
The Southwest, part of the one and indivisible Cameroon, wowed the visitors by their exceptional mobilization at the Mountain Hotel, one of the 5 based here in the Southwest, where delegations will be lodged when the football jamboree starts. At this hotel, located near the student-populated residential area in Moleko, the Minister of State, Secretary General of the Presidency of the Republic, dispatched by President Paul Biya, admired the private investment before leaving to the Moliko training ground under international use, plus 5 years today.
You can see the joy of the people of Fako Division in particular to receive the special emissary of the head of state, President Paul Biya, who is leading a fact-finding delegation. And we are so confident that the facts that will be found will only attest to the fact that Boya and Limbe are very prepared and the populations are so enthusiastic. The only thing I can say at this time is to thank the head of state for the special attention he has always had for the development of this part of the country, especially when it comes to the sporting and other allied infrastructure.
At least 3 training fields are visited in the southwest region, including the Middle Farms, plus the outfit of the Limbe Regional Hospital, as the medical team explained in details the functionality of the facility. Welcome to Limbe, the city of petrol. But above all, this is one of the fewest cities in the world with a football pitch, the Limbe Omi Sports Stadium, one of the fewest football pitches in the world with a view facing the sea just in front of me. And as you can see, the Minister of State, Secretary General of the Presidency of the Republic, is here to ensure the infrastructure for AFCON 2021 is quite ready. Constructed in 2012 and used since 2016, this is the Limbe 20,000 capacity playing football field, and this is where Group F matches for countries like Mauritania will play their games.
Very nice facilities. So far, what I've seen is just tremendous. We have the stadiums, hospital, hotels. I mean, we cannot complain. We are ready. We're probably more than ready for the next AFCON, and I'm very satisfied, proud, and honored to be part of this delegation, because I will easily say to the entire world that we can be proud, and I'm pretty sure we will see among the best AFCON ever.
It's a wonderful visit, 100% for the evaluation. You still remember that this site is an old site since 2016 and recently the Shan. So we are ready. We are ready to welcome the AFCON. You saw the mobilization to show you that the entire population is anxious to receive the event.
The fourth lap of the trip was in the north, and Galwa in particular, the oldest city in Sahelian Cameroon, to be selected as a site for Africa's largest football tournament. The warm and solemn welcome, taxed with the customs and traditions of the people in their legendary hospitality that welcomed the inspection team as they are on a fact-finding mission here, was simply exceptional.
I'm very proud, very delighted to receive the Secretary General of the Presidency of the Republic of Cameroon, representative of the Head of State, His Excellency Paul Biya. It's an opportunity for us to show out our joy and our satisfaction that Galwa have been chosen to host the Total Energy CAN 2021. The population are grateful to the Head of State, and they are very, very satisfied by by what I've been doing in the town. You know, we have many roads, we have hotels, we have hospitals, very high-level hospitals, and we are very, very delighted.
At the Lamita of Galwa, a fantasia was staged for the delegation by the new Lamido to give a foretaste of what awaits Group D players from these countries as part of football tourism. Enough of this established. The Minister of State Secretary General of the Presidency of the Republic started their journey to the fields. Training grounds, at least 3 checked. Hotels, at least 32 checked.
Well, I'm very impressed. I just joined today as a special guest, of course. And I have checked about 2 training pitches, which are of high standard. You can see the grass is perfect. The dressing room is cool, water, everything, the facilities is perfect. And I went to the hospital as well. Everything is substandard. And I went to the hotels. I think that what I saw today is very, very impressive.
The inner chambers of the hotels reveal beauty and readiness to host their guests impatiently whenever they decide to spend the night or time here. Welcome to Galwa, the beautiful city, one of the most beautiful in the country, but equally one of Cameroon's most historic cities. And we are here at Hotel Relais Saint-Hubert, where Egypt, for example, will be hosted in the upcoming Africa Cup of Nations. And this is one of the hospitality establishments visited by the inspection mission dispatched by the President of the Republic, Paul Biya, and headed by the Minister of State Secretary General of the Presidency of the Republic, Ferdinand Ngongo, with other international football stars, national and international, including those from Nigeria, which will equally be based here in Galwa. A view of the city, especially what has been put in place in terms of lodging, is being carefully examined. As you can see, the outlook, especially the traditional setting of the people of the North region, is taken into consideration, so that whoever comes in the North region for AFCON 2021 come next January 9 to February 6, it will not only be a match of football, it will equally be a match of tourism and an exploration of the customs and traditions of the people of the North region of Cameroon, and Galwa in particular, the birthplace of former President Amadou Ahidjo.
I think that this zone is a Nigerian zone, and I believe that we are very close here to Yola. And many people can come through the water like the way I come to, and it's very interesting that Nigerians will fool this Galwa for sure. An African will definitely come to Cameroon, because I have seen when I came here, I have seen how I was accepted here. People are very friendly, and I think that it's going to be a very great nation cup.
The investment made by President Paul Biya to better the sanitary infrastructure of Galwa was also under review in all the hospitals we stopped to evaluate, including this one, which has a capacity of about 280 beds. They call it the Galwa Referral Hospital.
If you play football, all what you're doing is you try to see the facilities what you have around you. You have a very good training pitch, you have a hotel where you can chill, you have nice swimming pool, you have good restaurant. I think they will have fun.
We are doing all our best to do everything to maintain this infrastructure in the international standard. So the North region is ready to say that welcome to all of footballers and so on, in not only in the Galwa but in our entire region of the North region.
The last major football infrastructure visited here was the 20,000 capacity Rumde Ajah Stadium, where players like Mohamed Salah from Egypt will play.
Feeling a great honor, and then we are thanking the head of state, His Excellency Paul Biya, for sending this huge delegation to Galwa to see how far we are in the preparation of this AFCON 2021. We are just thankful for to the head of state and the other members of the government, and then we are ready. We are still ready to host this competition as we see it, and then we are prepared to show to the other how we are prepared, how we are good, how we have had something that's so far.
Apparently the entire North region, not only Galwa in particular, but the entire North region. In short, the Tuigwan region in North, Adamawa, extreme North, and the North region itself, they are already ready and they are happy and they are desperate to receive strangers from all over the world to fellowship in this CAN festivity in Galwa or in Cameroon in general. So the people are welcoming. They have been sensitized to ensure that security and welcoming spirit is absorbed by those who are coming from far and near to stay in Galwa during this period of the CAN festivity.
The hospitality of the people of the North, and Galwa particularly, totally mobilized, escorted the presidential fact-finding mission to Yaoundé, the capital city of Cameroon, the last point of their on-the-field mission in this mega national and international communication operation to prove to the world that Cameroon is ready for the next African Cup of Nations. Almost midday, it was this Sunday, October 24. The delegation's first point of interest is this 30-year-old Yaoundé Simalène International Airport with a yearly passenger population of about 1.5 million people with more than 50,000 tons of cargo yearly too.
I think we are quite set. We are here in the very, very important Amadou Ahidjo Omnisport Stadium, which hosted the 1972 Nations Cup. And we have two pools, Fandena and Olembe. And we are very, very ready, given all the infrastructure that we have, the hotels, the roads, the hospitals, and the playgrounds. So we have two very big playgrounds. Here 40,000, Olembe 60,000, and what more?
The road network was also evaluated as the Minister of State, Secretary General of the Presidency of the Republic, President Paul Biya's mission man, had a long walk on the Yaoundé-Simalène Highway, a major challenge in this mission. Worried somehow, at some moment, he paused with his advisors to get the correct information to make last-minute corrections for everything to be perfect before D-Day.
I can say today that from what we've seen the last 10 days by touring around Cameroon, we can say the country is ready. It's ready because they got the infrastructure needed to organize a great tournament. The stadiums are great, the training pitch are amazing, the hotels are very nice, quite nice and very original. And also I think the engagement of the populations is real, because from wherever we go, we can feel already the test, what's going to be the coming AFCON.
And from here, the Yaoundé hospitality business chain received them with a sense of beauty, especially at the Mundi complex on the outskirts of Yaoundé, surrounded by natural environment in this area owned by the Cameroon Department of Taxes. Now we are at the Tengan neighborhood here in the nation's capital, Yaoundé, where the hotel complex Mundi, owned by the Cameroon Taxation Department, is located. It is an area with about 56 rooms, and it's just one of the hotel establishments with a well-equipped and modern system that some of the delegations that will be hosted by the Yaoundé sites of AFCON 2021 can have time to come and visit, to be lodged here. It is an area full of natural terrain. A visit to some of the rooms is just fascinating, and it is just one more indication of just how ready Cameroon is for the next Africa Cup of Nations. A look out here, especially at this establishment, shows you how comfortable the area is for those who will be taking breakfast, for those who want to have a bite, for those who want to drink something, and every aspect is taken into consideration. Just in front of me is a television set where you can be having your lunch or your breakfast or your dinner, and you have time to watch the matches comfortably, just like I am seated with a lot of ease, because when AFCON in Cameroon will be staged in January, you just need to be comfortable and simple, just like me. At least 4 hotels are cross-checked. Amongst them, La Falaise, Jega, Mundi, plus a single medical center, that is the Yaoundé General Hospital, one of the sanitary sites to handle any medical emergency during the forthcoming competition.
Seriously, I'm so happy. I'm so happy for everything I see already. Like the most important thing for me, it's about like to see how people they happy, how people they ready, how people they what I can say they cannot wait for the African Nation Cup starting. You know, now only things I can say to the people is about like we have to work together, to be together. It's not about like Cameroon or Senegal. It's about like all Africa. You know, we have to work together to making this African nation to be one of the best African nation happen.
To host Group A and Group C matches for countries like Cameroon, the host country, the last infrastructure visited in Yaoundé were the football training grounds, like the military stadium here. All was checked at the almost half a century old Amadou Ayijo Stadium in Yaoundé, with a 40,000 capacity.
For what doesn't kill you makes you strong. Just keep interested in whatever you do. Listen to your heart and believe like a fool. For however humble it is a real possession in the changing fortune of time. Oh my brother, one day you would understand what used to be misunderstood.
To host the opening and closing ceremonies of the forthcoming African Cup of Nations, the Olembe Sports Complex was the last site which welcomed for the very first time the fact-finding mission ordered by the President of the Republic, Paul Biya, and carried on the field by one of his closest advisors.
Media are the most spoiled people of this tournament. Each stadium, each venue has great installation for media. Going to the press conference rooms, the media tribunes, the facilities on the media tribune as well. Everything is on the world standard. And I think we can feel proud as an African, and also for the Cameroon to be proud for the country for what they've achieved in this coming tournament.
Amazed by the turnout of the people to welcome the delegation, the Minister of State, Secretary General of the Presidency of the Republic, Ferdinand Ngongo, was here for the very first time, officially at least, to inspect the complex, whose construction is cost at more than 150 billion CFA francs, and the most talked about stadium in the country too.
When I find myself today here in Yaoundé, I have seen the stadium where I was thinking that is where even the final will be played, but they tell me, no, wait, it's not that stadium. But when I approach this one, I have seen from far, even the training pitch that I didn't even go inside, I know that that is upstandard. Very beautiful stadium. The most important thing for football players, what they want to see is the pitch. The pitch are really upstandard, and after the pitch, what footballers want to see is their accommodation, their environment, which we have seen them. They have good swimming pool in all the hotels. They have also TV, satellite, and everything was perfect, which is very good for them. And I think here in Yaoundé, we've gone in and I have seen the kind of facilities, more especially the cameras that go all around the stadium, which security is very, very key and important.
The footballers in the delegation had a walkthrough of all the technical components, like the media center and dressing rooms, before they landed into the 60,000 capacity stadium of the Olembe Sports Complex, commonly called the Paul Biya Stadium.
What I saw, what I say is what I saw. I have gone round and I have seen something fantastic, and I want to congratulate them for doing this great job. And also in Galwa, it's very close to Nigeria, where I think a lot of Nigeria will find it very easy to enter through the boat to come into Galwa and watch game. And that also is very important, what we saw there, what I'm saying about.
One thing is certain, officially, the Olembe Sports Complex will be completely completed next year. But as a reporter, confidently, the football pitch here will be ready for action on the day the competition starts. The next African Cup of Nations can start. The ball is already on the pitch.
Whatever you do, listen to your heart and believe like a fool. For however humble it is, a real possession in the church.